Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the Salter electric coffee and spice grinder. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So in this box is the Salter electric coffee and spice grinder. And taking a look around the box packaging. And at the back of the box there are a list of features for this electric coffee and spice grinder. And now let's go ahead and open up the box, but of course pulling out the tab that's keeping the box lid closed and flipping up the box lid and giving you a look at the details in the inner box flap. And let's pop the contents out from the box packaging and giving you a look directly inside. And let's lift out the Salter electric coffee and spice grinder, and of course the rest of the contents, and of course checking through to make sure nothing else is left inside the packaging, so checking thoroughly. And closing the box back up. We can set it to the side. Let's set it on the right hand side of the table. And arranging the contents across the tabletop. So of course we do have what appears to be a quick start guide along with the coffee and spice grinder. So just setting it on the tabletop so you have a nice and full and clear view of the contents from this Salter electric coffee and spice grinder packaging. Okay, so let's start off by first taking a look at this quick start guide, giving you a look front and back, and of course the thickness of the guide as well. Let's fold it out. So there is some safety instructions on the left and middle panels, and care and maintenance information on the right. So just giving you a close-up look right there for your reference purposes. And of course taking a look on the right panel as well. So you have all the information you need to safely operate and care for your Salter electric coffee and spice grinder. I'm giving you a look at the details on the reverse panels. Okay, so let's set the quick start guide to the side, setting it on the left hand side of the table, and moving on to the electric coffee and spice grinder itself. Let's remove the clear plastic bag from the grinder. And this bag is recyclable, so recycle or reuse it thoughtfully and keep it away from babies, children and animals. So giving you a full and clear look at this Salter electric coffee and spice grinder, setting it in the middle of the table. Now let's take a look starting from the plug. So just undoing the cable tie so you have some sense of the length of the power cord. So right there is the length to give you some sense of the length for positioning or sighting your coffee grinder. So right there. And taking a close-up look at the plug. So this is a British or UK 3-pin plug. and just taking a look at the details of the plug. It's nice to see that it does have a protective cap on the pins. So just setting the plug down and moving right along to the grinder itself. So giving you a look right there, and to give you some sense of the size of the grinder, resting it in my palm there, and of course holding on to it as well. And with both hands. And now taking a look at the grinder. So top down, we can see that it does have a clear lid, which is made from plastic. And it does have a finely brushed stainless steel body with some plastic trim on it, and a simple one button operation. Of course, the Salter branding at the bottom. So just rotating so you have a full and clear view of this electric grinder. And we can see at the bottom there is a groove to coil the power cable or cord around for easy storage, easy and tidy storage. So giving you a look at the label below as well. And of course, it does appear to have slip resistant feet with these 4 little bumps below, or feet. So just giving you a look right there with the side profile so you can see them more clearly. So overall, just giving you a look once again in my palm. So it does have a noticeable weight to it. And of course, let's see if we can pop open the top. So right there is the lid coming off with a simple twist. And just giving you a look, you can see that it does have a somewhat contoured top or shape. And of course, that clear plastic or acrylic window to see right through and into the grinder itself with its stainless steel blade. And to give you some sense of the depth right there, I'm going to put my finger in it, and of course making sure that it is not plugged in, as you can see right there, so don't attempt to do this, but just giving you some sense of the depth of this 60 gram capacity electric grinder with a 200 watt motor. Going much closer in. And at the various interior angles and aspects of this electric grinder. And looking at the top, so you can see that it does have a flat top surface. However, with the lid, there's a slight contour, as you can see right there, with its clear plastic window. So looking at the grooves, just lining them up and locking it with a simple and partial twist. So locking and unlocking the lid, and of course the power button as well. Of course it's not plugged in, but nonetheless giving you some sense of the engagement or actuation of that simple on-off button. So right, so let's set the grinder down and of course plug it in and test it out. So plugging it in, so I'm going to plug in into a socket on the left hand side and turning the switch on and just giving you a look right there, top down without any contents at the moment. And let's press the button and see what it sounds like. So you can see we have to hold it down to keep the blade spinning, and you can see how responsive that blade is. And just removing the top to give you a clearer look inside. And you can see that it does appear to have a safety mechanism right there, which prevents the blades from spinning with the top removed. But nonetheless giving you a look as to the operation of that blade of this electric grinder. Okay, so now let's test it out with some coffee beans. So just setting the lid back down. I do have a pack of Bellerom Italian Blend roasted coffee beans. Let's pour some coffee beans into the top of the grinder, so giving you a look right there. As we pour some coffee beans in there, and just setting the packet of coffee beans back down, and I'm just going to set it on the left hand side, and of course we need to replace the lid, so putting the lid back down and twisting it closed. Let's press on the button, but not before first giving you actually a closer up look at the beans as they are. Roasted coffee beans, they're whole coffee beans as you can see. And let's turn it on. And just tapping and setting the coffee beans right into the top, and you can see right there, within just a mere matter of seconds, the coffee beans have been completely ground down. So that's the Salter electric coffee and spice grinder. Thanks for watching and happy grinding.